Well, welcome back. Breaking news this morning. 5 more migrant buses arrived in New York City this morning, the largest single-day arrivals to date. Texas Governor Greg Abbott calling out New York City Mayor Eric Adams in a New York Post op-ed. He writes that Adams, quote, talked the talk about being a sanctuary city, but when pressed into fulfilling such ill-considered policies, he wants to condemn anyone who is pressing him to walk the walk. Eric Adams has been complaining about Greg Abbott sending these buses to New York. Joining me right now is New York Republican gubernatorial nominee and New York Congressman Lee Zeldin. He's also a member of the House Financial Services Committee and House Foreign Affairs Committee. And we appreciate you joining me this morning. Congressman, good to see you.
It's great to be with you.
We have been watching these buses, and they are unloading. It is largely adult males. Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, is sending these buses to New York to let New York and other cities like D.C. understand what's going on in Texas. 7,000 people a day are coming across the border into Texas. There's not even that amount that has come to New York yet. Your reaction?
These border states, these border communities are desperate. And while you might see some footage come in of one busy morning into the Port Authority of New York, this is happening all day, every day inside of Texas and these other communities. So they're desperate and they feel like they're running out of options. They need to get the attention of President Biden and the Democrats. So I don't know what else Governor Abbott really can do in this particular situation. He's doing this on behalf of constituents who are crying out to try to get the attention of this president and his allies. Now, the president could take action. The Biden administration could finish construction of the border wall. They can end catch and release. They can enforce the Remain in Mexico policy. They can start supporting our Customs and Border Patrol agents. And also you have these policies coming out of the Democratic Party at all levels of government that are incentivizing and rewarding illegal entry.
Yeah.
Now, you see that inside of New York City, and you see that inside of New York State as well. And here it's all boiling over because, you know, New York leads the entire country in population loss. And this isn't going to help that situation.
Yeah, look, we have the cover of the New York Post this morning says this: when will it end? When will it end? 2 kids aged 3 and 5 drown at border as migrant deaths spiral. That doesn't even take into consideration the impact on cities and states across the country with all the illicit narcotics coming in as well. I wonder if you have any expectation or assessment of whether or not this is tied to the crime spike in New York as well. An off-duty veteran NYPD officer, he went jogging in the Bronx yesterday. He was found knocked out, critically injured on the sidewalk after a mugging, Congressman. Total crime in New York City is up over 35% year over year. You said if you win the governor of New York, the first thing you're going to do is move to get rid of cashless bail. Is that right?
And remove Alvin Bragg. We have district attorneys who are refusing to enforce the law. The Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg from day one refusing to enforce the law. We had the story that was making national news last week where the Bronx District Attorney reduced to a misdemeanor assault and harassment the case where someone gets knocked into a coma by a convicted sex offender. And in that case, the guy puts on a glove, which essentially in this case was a weapon, because this wasn't just some regular glove. The whole thing gets caught on video. So we have pro-criminal laws that get pushed. You point out cashless bail. Our corrections officers are being assaulted across the state more than ever because of something that just became law called the HALT Act, which is reducing the tool of what's called solitary confinement, but even solitary confinement isn't what it used to be. You have lax DAs, and you also, in some cases, have lax judges. You covered, it was a couple months back where the Goldman Sachs employee got murdered in a subway in Staten Island. In that case, that was a Brooklyn judge, and the prosecutor had asked for bail. You covered a couple weeks ago the Times Square slasher. Well, that turns out that was a lax Queens judge where the prosecutor did ask for bail. So we need to back our men and women in blue. We need to roll back these pro-criminal laws. We need district attorneys to do their jobs, and we need judges to do their jobs.
Well, Kathy Hochul says she's not going to deal with this issue until after the election, Congressman. She doesn't want to talk about it right now. What do you think about the campaign? How's it going?
Everything's going great. We need everybody involved. You care about crime on our streets. If you care about the economy, your freedom, and so much more, if you're looking at other states and you think that that might be where your future is, well, this is an opportunity to actually save New York. Now, we say we should repeal cashless bail. Kathy Hochul says there's no data. Show me proof. We say remove Alvin Bragg. She says cut him some slack. He just got there. He's doing his job.
Wow.
We're fighting for Jose Alba, saying the murder charge should be dropped. And she was saying it's a local matter. She's not going to get involved.
All right. We will leave it there. Congressman, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks very much.